Hey everybody, Case here. Welcome back to Harry Potter Hogwarts Mystery. Well, we finally got the vault portrait from Peeves, and now we're eventually probably going to have to face dragons in the next cursed vault, but we're going to have to talk to Merula to make plans at the cursed vault. You recognize here, Casey. How often do you come to the Hog's Head Inn? Far too often, not often enough. It's my first visit. I'm here far too often. Much of my mischief masterpiece was strategized here. I wouldn't have thought this would be your kind of place. I would have definitely thought it was your kind of place. Just when I think I have you all figured out, you surprise me, Casey. But you're the one who wanted us to meet here, Merula. Because I don't want to be seen hanging out with you so much around Hogwarts. People will start to think that we're friends, instead of just fellow apprentice curse breakers. Oh, the horror. What is it you wanted to talk about, anyway? The cursed vault, of course. You said, ready or not, it's time for us to find a way into it. Rakepick seems to think so. She said she'd talk to us about it after our visit to Kettleburn. Yes, and I wanted to talk to you before we talk to Rakepick. You know what to expect. You come to more cursed vaults than I have. How many cursed vaults have you been to? None. So, tell me what it's like to go into a cursed vault. You brought a notebook? To take notes on what I and all the wizards have to say. So what if I did? Taunt Merula, console Merula. Merula, it's alright if you're worried about going into a cursed vault for the first time. What? I didn't say I was worried. It's normal to be nervous anytime one goes into a cursed vault. I mean, it is cursed. Perhaps you're nervous, Casey, but I'm not nervous. So, you brought that notebook to doodle it. Forget the stupid notebook. I shouldn't have brought it. Merula, we're in this together. If we're gonna survive the vault and break into the curse, we'll need to trust each other. Alright, fine. I'm a little bit nervous about going into a cursed vault for the first time. If that's what you wanted to hear. Actually, it is. I'd be worried if you weren't nervous about going into a cursed vault for the first time. Oh, alright then. And I can tell you what it is like inside of a cursed vault. But it might put your mind at ease if I actually trained you for what to expect. You train me? The most powerful witch at Hogwarts? Before you turn down my offer, at least hear what I have in mind. So, what do you think, Merula? Will you let me train you to enter your first cursed vault? Well, if it's that important to you, I suppose I'll let you help me prepare. You should be thanking me for being so open-minded. Thank you? No problem, Casey. So, where do we start? We start in a cursed corridor. That sounds pretty spine-tingly. Ooh. It looks different than I remember. So, this is a cursed corridor. I thought it would feel different, being somewhere cursed. Sorry to disappoint you? It's alright, I'm used to it. So what now? The entrance to the cursed vault we're looking for isn't here. Or perhaps it is. I hadn't considered that. What do you mean? Our only clue is a vault portrait, and it doesn't show a vault entrance. Which could mean it's a very hidden entrance. And if a secret entrance to a cursed vault wouldn't be hidden anywhere, a cursed corridor would be a good spot for it. We are finishing each other's sentences now? Well, you just finished mine. When I stop finishing yours, then I'll worry. The two of us are working together, like this is going to take some getting used to. Yes, for me too. But let's start by searching for a hidden vault entrance. Yes, where could it be? Well, check this out. Hagrid is now going to be available as a friend, but you do have to reach level 2 of the Madu Zoology and complete the Fairy Tale Special Adventure to unlock Hagrid as a friend. We've searched every inch of this corridor. No secret entrance. Yes, if there's a hidden entrance here, it's hidden well. Why don't you give me something more active to do to prepare for the Cursed Vault? So, you want your training to continue? I want to stop hanging around in this hallway. Alright then, how do you feel about dueling practice? I've dueled you enough times. But Rakepickers had us prepared for dragons. What if we have to duel one of those? We can't practice dueling a dragon. But we can practice dueling a beast. I dueled a troll with you. Now you want to duel another beast? I have just a beast in mind. Well, I'm not dueling anything without my dueling instructor for backup. So let's go and find Diego. Then we'll head to the Forest Grove. It's probably going to be a spider. But I guess we'll see. Who's the beast going to be? What beast is over here? Is it one of those like centaur things? I forget what they're called. That's who I was thinking of. Casey, it has been a long time. Hello, Torvis. Thanks for meeting us. Have you returned to the Centaur camp? Yes, my herd welcomed me back after I returned the restored arrowhead and completed a series of tasks. And was the sleepwalking curse broken when he returned to Hogwarts? Yes, it was. But now we're facing a new curse. There are students trapped in the portraits that hang at Hogwarts. That sounds awful. So, then you are searching for another cursed vault in the Forbidden Forest. We're actually not sure where exactly the vault is yet. Is that why you brought your friends? Yes, I'll need my friends' help. They're not my friends. Diego is my friend. Merula isn't? Diego is my friend, but as for Merula... I remember you, Merula Snide. You're hard to forget too, Torvis. I should mention Diego is Merula's dueling instructor. He's given me lessons too. Diego Kaplan, the best dueler at Hogwarts. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Torvis. Are you always so... bold? Yes, he's like this with everyone. It's true. I'm a friendly wizard, that is all, and I've never met a centaur. So how can I help you prepare to enter another cursed vault, Casey? Merula and I may encounter a dragon in this cursed vault. Dragon? This is the first I'm hearing that you'll be facing dragons. And we've already dueled a troll, Casey. You keep finding new ways to top yourself. Dueling a dragon is very serious and very dangerous. We know, and I can't think of no better practice than dueling a beast as powerful as yourself. I've experienced it firsthand. Now it's Merula's turn. What? I wouldn't duel Torvis the last time we were here. You think I'm gonna do it now? I'll duel a centaur. I'll duel a centaur. That was hard to say, by the way. Merula, we agreed that I'd train you so that you'd feel prepared before we go into the cursed vaults. Dueling a beast, and one as strong as Torvis, is part of that training. If you really think so, then show me how it's done again. Bet you can't defeat Torvis twice. Alright, if you insist. I got this. Like I said, I got this. Sweet. That sweet, sweet burn. Oh, sorry, bleed. I think this one's gonna be a burn. Yes. I got me. See you later. Well done, Casey. It's the dueling lessons I've given you, no doubt. Taurus is quite a dueling partner. True, but since your last duel, you become far more powerful. Rubbish! I'm the most powerful, and I'm ready to prove it now. Stand back! I want to try again! It's my fault. I'm supposed to be training you, Merula. If I could give a piece of advice. Of course. You and Merula will be stronger together than you will be divided. I learned my lesson the hard way, being exiled from my herd. And I appreciate Perez and the other centaurs all more now that I'm back in the fold. I'm not sure I follow, Taurus. It's quite obvious. He's saying you and Merula should have dueled him together, of course. You're an interesting human, Diego Kaplan. But yes, you'd be less exhausted, Casey and Merula, less frustrated if you teamed up against me. And it will take a formidable team to break this latest curse. I'm not sure I'm ready for that level of teamwork with Casey yet. Then you'll like my next idea for brushing up on our skills. It's time to head back to Hogwarts, and the training grounds. Well, obviously. Because clearly we're not going to do more dueling, because that'd be too easy. Which means more energy. Oh, it's time for another 3-hour quest. So, the two of you are spending time together. On purpose? Did I miss an Apprentice Curse Breakers meeting? Protect Merula's vulnerability. Expose Merula's vulnerability. You know me, Bill. I like to be overly prepared before going into her cursed vaults. Merula agreed to help me while I brush up on my training. That's right. Since I'm such a powerful witch, I'm supervising KC. Exactly. Alright, if you say so. So, why did you rope me in for this part of your training? We'll be practicing our spellcasting and... What? We're going from a dueling a centaur to just spellcasting? Lame. I thought you'd say that. That's why Bill's here. To referee. Are you suggesting a spellcaster's competition? How exactly would that work? Yes, I'd like to know too, please. First, Merula and I cast spells at the training dummy. Then, based on our demonstration, you decide which of us is the more powerful witch or wizard. That sounds rather arbitrary. I'm not sure I want to get into the middle of this. Too late. I like it. Let the games begin. Yep, the old 3-hour questarino. And the winner of the spellcasting contest is... both of you. Rubbish, I won. Says who? Bill says so, if he was doing his job right. He's saying it was a tie. You're being impossible, Merula. And this is what I wanted to avoid. See you later, I'm out of here. See, I was supposed to put Bill in a rough spot. Then let's just agree that I won. It's a credit to you, actually. How's that? Isn't your training supposed to be boosting my confidence about entering a cursed vault? In terms of boosting confidence, I may have gone too far. Listen, it's my weird way of saying thank you, alright, Casey? I feel better prepared to enter my first cursed vault. But we could always both be more prepared. We can never train enough for the unexpected. Fine, but enough of you training me, now I'll train you. Sounds great? No way. It sounds amazing. Of course, train me. Let's see what you have to offer. If that's a challenge, challenge accepted, though you might regret it. Alright, will you at least tell me what you have in mind? Something unforgivable. Follow me and I'll teach you. Unforgivable? I like to keep you waiting. I'll let you know when I'm ready. Oh, you son of a... So I actually skipped a bit of the dialogue before this. Merula, though, came to me for the training because she was too scared to talk to Rakepick about it. And the fact that she knows that I don't trust Rakepick, so she's coming to me to get all that sort of juicy information and training. I can't believe your parents taught you the killing curse. Oh yeah, and she's talking about some kind of curse that I have to learn. You want to judge my family? Let's talk about your brother. I'm not judging your family. I'm just surprised any parent would teach a kid something so unforgivable. Mom and Dad were going to prison. They wanted to arm me with the knowledge to protect myself. And, by the way, I can't believe you turned down a lesson from Rakepick. Perhaps if I spend even more time with Rakepick, she'll think of me first when she wants to teach a curse. Don't take it so personally, Merula. Whatever, if you won't learn the killing curse, do you want me to teach you a different attack spell or not? Yes, as long as it's on an unforgivable curse. Well, since we could be facing a dragon... It's Rakepick! That's not a Rakepick, that's a book. I'll teach you how to cast Fiend Fire. Fiend Fire? And here? Merula, no! Casey needs to stop telling me no to spells. But a huge bewitched flame. That's advanced dark magic. Did your parents teach you how to cast Fiend Fire too? No one taught me, but I've been studying it on my own. It's risky and brave. It's something Rakepick would do. Hey! That shouldn't happen. Something's wrong. Do you know how to cast Augmenti? I don't. Me neither. I paused this up. What should we do? There's Rakepick. Fiend Fire can't be extinguished with ordinary water. Even your mist fire would be far too powerful. Professor Rakepick, thank you. I don't know what I did wrong. Lestat was even attempting to cast a bewitched fire in my very flammable classroom. It is fortunate I stopped by to see how your lesson is going. Did you find a bug or a small rodent, something to kill? Katie didn't want to learn the killing spell. Can't say I'm surprised. I didn't think you would be. I hope you two are prepared to enter the cursed vault. The time is nearer. I'll let the both of you and Bill know exactly when. For now, I'll tend to this mess. I'm very sorry. Never apologize for doing what you know is in your heart that you absolutely must do, Merula. Oh, alright. Thank you, Madame Rakepick. Aren't you both late for lunch? I need you to take good care of yourselves if we're going to be a strong team in the vaults. We'll head to the Great Hall. Do we have to? Alright, well, this is the last quest before the chapter is over. And I'm going to learn about Merula, because I clearly don't know very much about her. I don't know if we've ever had a meal together without one of us having ulterior motive. Well, actually... What do you want from me now, Casey? I already thanked you for preparing me for the vaults. Yes, and I appreciate it. I know what chore it must have been for you to show me gratitude. But in Reg Pig's classroom, when we were talking about your parents teaching you the killing curse, I've only heard the rumors about them, about you. I like to hear the truth, at least hear your truth. You want me to share my feelings? Gross. I want to know more about you if we're going to be in this cursed vault together. We don't know what will happen, and we don't know if we'll need to trust each other on the inside. So, practice trusting me now. Okay, I'm happy with this. We don't have to do an actual, thing with this thing. You know what I'm talking about. No, I don't see any benefit to telling you more about me. You've helped me, but so what? So don't be rude about it. It is time you gave back, so I've proven myself to you. Second or last? Last. Are you going to judge me? It depends. Of course not. It's very likely. Well, middle one. Where would I even start? From the beginning, leave out the boring stuff, whenever you're comfortable, or wherever you're comfortable. Top one. What? Why not from the beginning? It's so much better. Always eating those sandwiches. Would it end our rivalry? To be determined. I would like our rivalry to end. Probably not, but who cares? Top one. This should be enough. There we go. Fine, you want my life story? I'll give you the short version. Hooray! Brilliant! Thank you for trusting me. You didn't tell Bill I was scared about the cursed vault before a spellcasting competition. So I'll share with you more than I would have if you'd betrayed me. I was wondering if you'd get around to giving me credit for protecting you. I told you in the cursed corridor that two of us teaming up would be taking getting used to. Give a witch some time. Alright, I'm listening. Well, my mom and dad were Death Eaters, you know that. They weren't always nice people. Or nice parents. I'm sorry, Merula, so how did you find out? That my parents were Death Eaters? I remember being little. My mom pushed up her sleeves and she kneeled to tie my shoelaces each morning. You saw a dark mark on her arm? Yes, rather scary for a little witch. One day I asked her about it. She told me about you-know-who, and she was so proud. And was it just you, or do you have brothers and sisters? No, it was just me, but even I was too much for my parents. Mom and Dad were ambitious followers. I was in their way. But perhaps my parents are why I'm so ambitious too. Having ambition isn't necessarily a bad thing. When it's ambition to reach new levels of cruelty, I don't know that you strive to be cruel, Merula. But sometimes I can be cruel, and not only to you. Do you think people can change though? My parents couldn't change, that's why they're in Azkaban. How old were you when they went to prison? 10 and a half. You know how when you're a little kid that half is so important? So then what is it like for you now, without them? Where do you want to go when we leave Hogwarts for summer break? Home to an empty house. Who takes care of you? You think I can't take care of myself? Your brother's missing and you get on just fine. But that's my brother. It's hard enough for them having him gone, but a home with no adults? My aunt, my mama's sister, she's my guardian. She comes by often enough. She just pops in. She doesn't live with you. Victims of my parents and other Death Eaters. They know the name Snide. They know where I live. They watch me and they judge, some leaving threatening notes at the house. I barely go out. But none of it is your fault, we're kids. My aunt isn't a kid. I can't blame her for not wanting to be around, doing the bare minimum. She has her own life. It must be very lonely for you. It is, but sometimes I'm my own worst enemy. And the rest of the time you want to be my worst enemy. Not anymore. Let's say we put an end to it. At the very least, perhaps now you understand why I'm the way I am. Why you push people away while you always have something to prove? Yes, I think I do understand. And perhaps your parents couldn't change, but you can, Merula. I'm starting to think so too. It's all Rakepick, her choosing me as an apprentice cursebreaker, seeing in me what I wanted to see in me. It's made a real difference. As for our differences, Merula, breaking the curse is bigger than any one of them. So let's break the curse, Casey. Together! Well, since you can never do it without me. Yes, together. Ah, my voice is shot. Why did I choose such a weird voice for her? It's so hard to do. And that's it! We learned about Merula and I. That's so cool. I wanted to learn more about her other than the few things that we kinda knew already. Once again, we still have to go to the Cursed Vault, and I think we're gonna probably learn more spells down the road to help us. But we're getting there, slowly, in Harry Potter, Hogwarts Mystery. So thank you everybody so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye everybody!